time to stand and sing. Yay. We're going to release and we're going to let go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. There's no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. Yes, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. There's no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. Yes, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Yes, now we know why we're here. Welcome to Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living. We are only here for God. We are only here to know the truth of our own being, the truth of all beings, and therefore to lift up this great truth that God is all there is, and life is good. How often is life good? All the time, yes. So good to be here with you all this morning. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole, and we're just here to lift up this great truth, and we're here to live this great truth. We're here to remind each other of how amazing we are. To just point to someone right now and say, "You're amazing." You're amazing. And then point to someone else and say, "You're amazing." You're amazing. And then say, "It's true, thank you." It's true. And so it is. I'm going to call Paresh to do our announcements today.
What are you laughing at? Good morning. How you all doing? Great. Good morning. I'm Paresh Shah. I'm one of the members of your Board of Trustees, and welcome. First of all, how about that divine dining, huh? Are Claudia and Jim here? I really want to, if you're watching, such a big thank you to Claudia and Jim for an amazing divine dining experience, and everyone had such a blast, and they're so generous that they're contributing all of the proceeds from that event to the center. So let's give them a big hand, and if they're watching at home, thank you so much. Thank you for your love. So, also, thanks you to all who have contributed to the restoration project to rebuild the offices and the rooms that were flooded by those torrential rains earlier in the year. We really appreciate your donations. That was an unexpected expense for the center, and we thank you in advance for those of you who are still going to contribute and help that thermometer go up towards our goal. Come to our drumming circle at 12:30 in Richelieu Hall today. So that's going to happen right after reception at 12:30. There's a new class, a new certificated class by Reverend Gregory. It's called Visioning, a Way of Life. Reverend Gregory Toole will be offering it. It's a 6-week class with amazing materials that's never been offered here before. So it's going to start on Saturday, September 7th at 10 a.m. And for more information, visit the front desk. We also now have a date for our Hidden Treasures Yard sale. It will be September 27th through September 29th. And we're looking for volunteers to help with the sale. And please check the activity desk for the flyer with more details. And we have a sign-up sheet for volunteers. As you know, we need lots of volunteers to help sort and help be there when people come. So that's going to be a great event. and start thinking about things that you have that are nice and newish that you feel somebody else would benefit from and enjoy. Our Science of Mind class is on Sunday mornings, right before service here at 10:15 to 10:45, to join us for a taste of Ernest Holmes on Sunday mornings. Office will be closed on Labor Day, September 2nd. The Spiritual Discussion Group and the Labyrinth Walk will be meeting on September 5th. How many of you have been to the Labyrinth Walk? Yay, there's Dave. That's great. You didn't get lost. You didn't get lost? You found your way to the center? There we go. That's what this center is about, all about finding your center through the teachings. So looking ahead, we have a town hall meeting on Sunday, September 15th, after service. So come on after service, and we'll have a town hall meeting if you have any Q&A or just want to get an update on what's going on with the center. Now save the date. You ready for this? Our first ecstatic dance will take place on Thursday, September 19th at 6 p.m. I know this is one of Reverend Gregory's favorite activities, so we're going to see him and a bunch of you ecstatic dancing. And if you don't know what that means, it's whatever you and your body want it to mean. So come, express yourself, and enjoy yourself. That'll be September 19th at 6 p.m. All right, so we have the fall choir rehearsal. You're going to hear some songs from the choir today. And there's been a schedule change for those of you who would like to participate. So if you are a member of the choir or interested in joining us, we're welcoming anyone who wants to participate. There's always something you can do with the choir. And we're excited to announce that the RBCSL choir will now practice on a weekly basis starting in September. So mark your calendars for Tuesday nights at 6:30 to 7:30, starting on September 10th. Anyone can join. Please join. It's great. The more voices in the choir, the more beautiful it is. And just arrive a couple of minutes early, and all are welcome. Again, that's 6:30 to 7:30, Tuesday nights, starting September 10th. We offer 2 weekly book study groups for free, and information is in the back of your program. For all of our creative members, who considers themselves creative? Yeah. Who considers themselves creators? For those of you who are creative, we actually have a challenge. We're looking for a name for our bookstore by around September 1, right? Okay. So stop by the bookstore and write down your ideas, okay? Maybe you have some ideas for what would we name the bookstore. The person with the best name will win a book of their choice in the bookstore, and there's also a place for you to let us know if you'd like to see any additions to the bookstore, any changes, or any particular books that you think would be helpful to our members. If you would like prayer for something in your life, please come to the front of the sanctuary by the piano after service, and one of our practitioners will lead you in a beautiful prayer circle and a treatment. If you're here for the first time, please raise your hand. Anyone here for the first time? Anyone? Anyone? So our ushers can give you a gift and welcome you, and thank you so much for bringing the gift of your presence. Thank you so much for the gift of bringing your presence to the center. And last and not least, a big thank you, round of applause for all of the volunteers, for the gardens, for everything that's behind the scenes, the reception, the refreshments, the AV team. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. So everyone who's up front here, hey, there's Claudia and Jim. Congratulations. Thanks for the divine dining. Were you there the whole time? Did I look right over you? So anyway, so thanks for all the volunteers. And with that, we'll have Reverend Mary.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, well, God will show me how. It's love is my decision. It's my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Yes, love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Yes, love is my decision. It's my decision right here and now. It's my decision right here and now.
And so I breathe in that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful love that permeates this room. This is the day that God made, and I do rejoice in the love, in the joy, the unmitigated, joyful sound that comes from this room, that comes from our hearts. And I know when I decide that love is the guide of my life, I will truly dance down the road. This is the time to open our hearts to the music, to the words, to the dances, to the love that just radiates from this room, and share and give back, because the decision is made and it comes through us and flows from us in everlasting joy. And in knowing that everything that goes forth from this moment, the songs, the words, the messages, are absolutely full of love and joy. I'm attracted to that, and I know that, and I allow it simply to be part of who I am in this moment. I'm so deeply grateful to be here, to be in this space, and to be in joy. And so I release this word in gratitude and with love, and say, and so it is.
Thank you, Elise. Beautiful music by our Elise, our music director. Thank you so much. So today, Reverend Gregory's topic is Consider the Lilies of the Field. And that is a statement, a quote from Jesus when he spoke at the Sermon on the Mount. And basically what he was saying is to his followers, don't worry about your physical things, your clothes, your food, etc. Trust in the power of God, that God will provide that for you. And so he was saying, it's done unto you as you believe. So to quote Ernest Holmes from the Science of Mind book on page 460, he says, God is love and God is law. The love of God is the divine givingness, the eternal outpouring of spirit through its creation. And the law of God is the law of cause and effect, which says that we can only have that which we can take. We can only take that which we are receptive to. And again, it is done unto you as you believe. So I ask you, think about something for a second. Think about something that you have, that you already have. It could be your cell phone, it could be your car, it could be the color of your eyes. Think about something that you already know you have. Now, you don't go out there looking for it and wondering when it's going to show up and worrying about it and trying to figure and plan. You already have it because you already know. And this teaching says, come from that place. Come from that place of knowing that that which you desire desires you. Now, you may say, oh, that's wonderful, but guess what? I've got challenges in my life. I don't know about you, but I've got challenges in my life. And when we look at those challenges, sometimes we become experts at knowing what the challenge is. But this teaching reminds us, hey, that's not where you come from. Now, the realist may say, hey, get a grip on your life. These are the facts, and you just have to deal with them. But the mystic says, the point of creation comes when that which you desire is in your mind as though it already is. Feel the difference? So our teaching, religious science, comes from affirmative prayer. And affirmative prayer means you come from the place of what is to be in your mind that you desire, not from the condition. And the moment we take our mind off of the condition and only think from the result, that's how we create the new condition. It's not by becoming an expert at all the stuff that's bugging us. It's by becoming an expert of all the stuff that we desire and stay focused on that. Because remember, energy flows where your attention goes. So if things aren't working out for you in some area, you may say, gosh, I'm not my ideal weight yet. I haven't found my divine perfect mate yet. And whatever the yet to be is, when you think from it as already existing, the energy will follow and support that. Because we live in a world of cause and effect. And the universal mind, the law of mind in action says, I will support you at that very, very level at where you are. So you can only receive that which you're willing to be open to receive. During the Olympics, there was a Visa commercial, and it said, every step you're taking is leading you to what you're yet to be. Something like that. And I love that because the positiveness is, remember that everything that you do today is creating for tomorrow the thing that you desire. So this teaching reminds us to come from our magnificence when we're imagining things. Come from the can-do. Come from that awakened master that's within you that says all things are possible if you're willing to believe and to receive it. And when you are facing a challenge, that's when you turn and say, you know what? God's got this. You with me on that one? God's got this. So please affirm with me, there is one power. That power is God. That power is my superpower. And I look at any challenge I'm faced with, and I say, God's got this. And I also say, look out, world, because here I come. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. She's lifting weights.
I'd like to welcome our choir up, please.
Thank you for your patience, everyone. Sometimes some music gets little legs and it runs away. We are learning that in real time. I was likely the one that gave the music little legs, but that's besides the point. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, RBCSL Choir.
Thank you to our choir. Thank you, Elise Carver and our choir. Yes. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And Elise, she sends me all the songs that they're going to do, or that she's going to do, or whoever's going to do. And she sent me this one, Holy, Holy Way. And she said, I don't know if you're familiar with this song or not. And I said, you know what? That song was the theme song to my ordination. So that's how perfect it is. First song that the choir is singing that I'm here is my ordination theme song. That's how God does things, okay? That's how God does things, How good it is to be here this morning. How do you feel about being here this morning? Oh yeah, we're in the right place here. I want to thank Claudia Krikorian, Jim Hale for that divine dining last Sunday. My expectations were so high because everyone had talked about it. Everyone was like, oh, it's amazing, you got to come. So my expectations were really high, and my expectations were exceeded at the event. It was so fun. Who was there? Did you have a good time? It was so fun, and it was so good to really feel like, wow, I made such a good choice to come here and be with you all. Like, you all are really fun. There's a French Jesuit priest who said something to the effect that joy is the surest evidence of the presence of the divine. And you all are just exhibiting that, right? You all are bringing that joy, which tells me God is in this place. God is in your heart. God is in your life, right? Because one of the things before I ever, I didn't grow up in a religious household. I didn't really grow up in church per se, although I went to church here and there. But one of the things that always captivated me about people of any religion, of any faith, who were really devoted to it, was there was a glow about them. There was a something about them, no matter what the faith was, that there was a glow, there was a peacefulness, there was a joy. And you all, and joy is my most favorite quality of the divine, and you all are exhibiting that joy in such a beautiful way. I am in the right place. This is a good day that God has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Yes? Oh my goodness, we live in an amazing place. The Redondo Beach, we live in an amazing place. We live in heaven right here on earth. I'm not sure I'm going to point the right way, but I think the ocean's like right over there. Yes? Is that true? Or over there, sort of somewhere out there. Still getting my sense of direction here. So today, we're really talking about a really high consciousness in this teaching of Jesus that Mary kind of started to lay out for us. We're really talking about a high calling. We're really talking about a high consciousness here because we're really talking about Kingdom 4. And if you take the class with me, we're going to go deep into the kingdoms, right? I'm going to give you the really quick crash course in the kingdoms right now, okay? Ready? All right, Kingdom 1, things happen to me. I am a victim. Things happen to me, and I just try to struggle and get through life, and hopefully nothing bad happens today. That's Kingdom 1. Kingdom 2, I am empowered. It's by me. I am creating my life. I am creating my life. I am the creator of my life. I am empowered. Kingdom 3, I allow, I let go. Things happen through me. I am a channel. I am a vehicle. I am a vessel through which things happen. Kingdom 4, as me. This is what we're talking about today. We're talking about Kingdom 4 today. You ready for that? Who's ready for Kingdom 4? Because what I discovered is Kingdom 4 is not some lofty thing that only certain people like Jesus and Buddha and others can achieve. We can achieve Kingdom 4. We can live, we can experience Kingdom 4 right here and right now. How about that? Anyone ready for that? It's a beautiful thing, and maybe Jesus and Buddha were living it on a moment-by-moment basis more than us, but we can touch it. We can touch it, and we can be in it, and then by touching it and being in it, we can start to live it as our day-to-day experience. Yes? There was a scripture that talked about where this person said to Jesus, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I know I would be healed. If I could just touch the hem of his garment, and I see that as such a mystical saying. If we could just touch the hem of the garment, because I don't think it refers to a physical thing that we would be touching. If we could just touch that consciousness, if we could just have a moment where we could touch that consciousness, we would be healed. Yes? So I'm going to read you this whole scripture from Jesus that we're talking about here today in Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. It's all a blur. It's very poetic, I find. It's very poetic. It says, therefore, I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you shall put on. Is not life more than meat, and the body more than raiment or clothing? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much better than they? Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit to his stature? Taking thought in this case means by worrying. Which of us by worrying can make any difference? And why do you take thought for raiment or clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Right? Sometimes we can be of that little faith. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For your heavenly Father knows that you have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. So we're talking about that today. We're talking about seeking first the kingdom of God, getting to know God, getting to know the presence right where we are. If we touch the garment, if we touch that consciousness, if we know the presence of God right where we are, it takes care of all the other things. I had one of these consider the lilies of the field moments early in my time in the science of mind. I was living near Mills College, and Mills College had a wooded area, like a lot of like trees and shrubs and things like that around it. And I used to walk my dog through there. And one day I was going through there, and I just looked at all the beauty of the trees, and the bees were buzzing, and the squirrels were running, and there was just this beauty of nature there. And I had this moment where I thought, no one takes care of all this. It was way too extensive for any human to be out there tending to it. But it was absolutely beautiful. And I thought the same thing. Consider the lilies of the field, how they toil not, neither do they spin. They're not concerned at all. They're just so taken care of by life. Even our founder, Ernest Holmes, said that once you become aware of the law, in other words, once you become aware that life responds to you, right? You know, we're in Kingdom 2, life responds to us. We can speak our word. We can create our reality. We can do that. But even Ernest Holmes said, once you become aware of the law, once you become aware that there's a creative energy, once you become aware that life is responding to you, then you can forget about that. You don't have to think about that anymore. You already know, that's already embodied in you, that my thought, my words have power, my intentions have power, my vibration has power. That's already in you. So now we can focus our attention on who we be and what vibration we stand in and where do we live from, and just know, just know. And you need to add any words after that. And just know. Be still and know. Yes? Be still and know. What are we knowing in the being still? We're knowing that all is well. I did a talk one time about Lake Olliswell. But I didn't prep it like I just did for you. So I was asking people, have you ever been to Lake Olliswell? And people were like, no, never heard of it. Never been there before. And so I described this beautiful, amazing lake. And then in the end revealed it was Lake All Is Well. This is where we want to live from. This is the consciousness that we want to live from, and it is a consciousness. There is this infinite intelligence, this infinite power. The beauty of Kingdom 4, the beauty of this consciousness is that now we're allowing infinite intelligence to guide everything that is happening in our lives. Allowing infinite intelligence to guide everything that is happening in our lives. Sometimes we have to look at children and the faith that children have to really get a sense of this. I want to tell you a little story about a child. And I want to tell you the story about a pastor. And so this pastor, he saw a cat up in a tree. It was on a high branch in a tree, and obviously it was scared and it was frightened and it couldn't get down. And so the pastor thought about it for a moment, and he thought, well, you know, us pastors can be kind of crafty at times. And he thought, well, I have some rope in my trunk. And so he went into his trunk and he pulled out the rope in his trunk and he tied the rope to the back of the car and he tied the rope to the branch. And he thought, if I just inch the car forward, inch the car forward, inch the car forward, this branch will come down and I'll be able to reach the kitten and I'll rescue the kitten. And this was working out splendidly. It was working beautifully, right? He inched it forward and the cat was almost within reach. And he said, if I could just go forward a little bit more, I'm going to be able to reach this cat. And he went forward a little bit more and the rope broke. And the cat went, whew. No animals were harmed in this story. The pastor was all distraught, and he did a prayer, into thy hands I commend his spirit. And he went about his day, and a couple days later, he was in the supermarket. And in the supermarket, he saw one of his congregants, and she was buying all of these cat supplies. But he knew that she did not have a cat. And so he approached her, and he said, you know, what's going on here? And he said, Pastor? She said, Pastor, something amazing happened. She said, my little girl, 6 years old, kept asking me for a cat, and I kept telling her no, but she wouldn't stop asking. So finally I said to her, if God brings you a cat, you can have a cat. She said, and Pastor, now you wouldn't believe what happened after that. She said, I watched her go into the backyard, get down on her knees, start praying. When she finished praying, I saw her look up to the heavens, and a cat landed right in her arms. And as funny and as amazing as that story is, this is the way God is working in our lives all the time. This is the way God is working in our lives. We wouldn't have made it this far if God weren't working. You and I both know that we didn't have it totally together every moment of our lives. Some of you are like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was always together every moment. Maybe you were. I certainly wasn't. I'll speak for myself. I wouldn't have made it this far if there wasn't a power and a presence, a love in this universe, a hand in this universe that at times was guiding me. I can remember one specific time where I wasn't paying attention and I pulled onto the freeway and just zipped onto the freeway in a big rig truck. I, to this day, don't know how that big rig truck did not miss me. It was almost like it went through me and I went through it. Like physically, it's like, I don't know how I'm still here. But those are extraordinary situations. Every day, day to day, we are being loved by this universe. We are being loved by this universe. And so when we're in Kingdom 4, it's not like in Kingdom 4, suddenly we have no more choice, we have no more will, and now we're just like, oh, this God out there. It's that we realize that our soul, at the highest level of our being, our soul is God. We are one with that divine. We are one with all of that. And so we don't need to separate our individual will from the divine will. It is one will. And we recognize that. So we're no longer putting so much effort in. We're relaxing into the knowing, and we're aligning with that higher truth of our being. that higher truth of our being. We're living by lake, all is well. We're knowing moment by moment that all is in divine order. Let's say that together right now. All is in divine order. All is in divine timing. Everything's working out. Everything is working out. This is a truth. It's not just some lofty idea. It's not just some feel-good kind of thing. This is the universe that we live in. I came into the teaching and I know that my belief system, my hidden belief system, not my outward belief system, because my outward belief system, I'm a smart guy. But my hidden belief system was that around the corner, around the bend, if things were going well, around the corner, around the bend, something was going to ruin it. You know, waiting for, what do they call that? Waiting for the other shoe to fall? Is that what they call that? Waiting for the other shoe to drop. But then coming into the teaching, I realized there's no other shoe. There's no other power. There's nothing in the universe working against me. And everything in the universe is working with me and for me and cheering me on. The universe is cheering you on. Tell someone that. The universe is cheering you on. It's important for us to know this. It's important for us to know this, that we live in a friendly universe. We live in a universe of love. We live in a universe that's grounded in love, centered in love. And everything is set up for us to shine, for us to thrive. So this practice that we do sometimes becomes a practice of subtraction. It becomes a practice of letting go of everything in us that believes something otherwise. Sometimes we say that the only thing to be healed is a belief in separation. The only thing to be healed is a belief that we are separate from this infinite power and intelligence and love. Then when I came further into the teaching, and I believed that all things work together for good, and I believed that all things work together for my good, there was this other little edge to it that wasn't quite there. And this other little edge was, but is God a practical God? Because things look really scary right now, and things look really messy right now. And is God going to come through in the right timing for me? Or is this beautiful power and presence of love going to be a little off in its timing? These false beliefs we have aren't necessarily rational, right? But we start to uncover them. We start to uncover them to see any area of our life where things aren't working just so beautifully. We get to know who is in that when things aren't working beautifully and magnificently and amazingly, and all. Who is in that? Anyone know? We're in that. We're in that, right? So we get to look at, where am I? You know, Emerson used to say it very crudely. He'd say, get your bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine circuits. So this life is really wanting to work for us. This life is pouring forth all of this love, this abundance, creative energy, goodness through us, as us, around us, all around us. And it's up to us to get out of the way and then get in the way. Get out of the way first, get all that stuff that has us believe something other than life is good, life is perfect, life is unfolding perfectly. Get out of the way, and then get in the way to get in the flow of that perfect life that is wanting to happen for you and for me and for us and all of us collectively. This is the consciousness that we're talking about today. We're talking about being in that consciousness of knowing. Being in that consciousness of knowing all is well. This is what a practitioner does. This is what we get trained to do as practitioners and ministers. We get trained that no matter what someone comes in and no matter what someone brings to us, we get trained to know all is well. All is in divine timing, all is in divine order. If that were not the truth, and if that were not embodied in our consciousness, we would be burdened after the first 5 or 6 clients came to us. Because each one would have a story, and we'd be like, oh, wow, this is really something. But because we don't have to do anything, we just have to know what is already true and lift that up. Call that forth into this person's experience. This is for you. This is for you every day, because all of us, right now, we're talking about licensed practitioners, but every single one of you is a practitioner because you are a practitioner. Ernest Holmes referred to everyone who practices science of mind as a practitioner. So in your practicing of the science of mind, no matter what the appearance, this is the beautiful practice. This is where we really start to touch the hem of the garment. We really start to touch the hem of the garment when we start to look at an appearance and we don't get all caught up in it. When we look at the appearance and we still go, no, God is still all there is. All is in divine order. All is perfect. It takes a little bit of what? Audacity. Who has audacity in here? Yeah, who has the audacity to look at, as Ernest Holmes said, you must be able to look at discordant fact in the face and deny its reality. Look it in the face and deny its reality. Or be like that practitioner whose whole prayer was, "'Tain't so." In other words, it ain't so, for anyone who didn't catch the... Her whole prayer, if you came to her and said, "Oh, I'm experiencing lack and I can't pay my bills," and she'd say, "'Tain't so." And you say, "Oh, well, I got this health condition and a diagnosis, and they tell me it's this and it's this." She'd say, "'Tain't so." That was her whole prayer. She had touched the hem of the garment. She had touched that consciousness of oneness. She had touched that consciousness where she knew there was no separation from good and me and you and all. So this morning, we're touching the hem of the garment. Who's touching the hem of the garment this morning? We're touching the hem of the garment, aren't we? Aren't we doing it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it this morning? We're touching the hem of the garment because it is the very life that's moving through our being. It's closer than our hands. It's closer than our feet. It's closer than our very breath. It's so close we could almost miss it and almost think it's not real. The power and the presence of life is right within us. And all is well. Thank you so much. We're going to hear from the choir again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings, blessings. You're awesome. Thank you again to Elise and our choir. Let's give them some more love here. Isn't it beautiful to see all of them up here? Yes. So we've reached that time of conscious giving. Our ushers are coming forward. Thank you to our ushers. Thank you to all of you for the ways that you give to this community. God is all there is. Infinite source. We draw from an infinite source and we cannot outgive God. Thank you for your knowing of that. Let us hold our gift in our hand or to our hearts and say our affirmation together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. Yes, God is all there is. God is all there is.
Thank you, Mary. And thank you, Mary, for Namaste. I got to experience my first Namaste Cafe on Friday night. That was awesome. That was awesome. And let's give some love to our audio-visual team back there. They just do an amazing job behind the scenes. Grant's team back there. We got Grant on the scenes. Thank you so much, Grant, for all you do and for your whole team. So I'm going to invite you to stand, and let's do this. We've done this once before. It's a fun thing to do to close with here. It's called God is the Only Power in My Life, from Jack Addington, who was a writer and a very successful science and mind minister many years ago. So I'm going to invite you to repeat after me. God is the only power in my life.
God is the only power in my life.
Nothing from without
Nothing from without
can touch the perfect life of God within me.
can touch the perfect life of God within me.
No past experience has power over me.
No past experience has power over me.
I am a perfect child of God. Nothing that anyone has ever done or said,
Nothing that anyone has ever done or said,
especially me,
especially
can interfere with my divine inheritance. The power of God is greater than any circumstance in my life. The strength of God is mine to use. All right, here's where we get physical. Turning away from all feelings of inadequacy. I discover that all that I need is within me right now. As I forgive the past, and I do forgive the past, I find that I have nothing to atone for. Nothing to run away from. We're getting physical again. Casting off the old me. I got a little too physical there. I was just really supposed to do the arm. I discover my true self. I take dominion in my life. Old habits have no power over me. Conditions have no power over me. Personalities have no power over me. I take dominion. I am whole. I am free. I am complete. Now and forevermore. And so it is. Yes. Thank you so much. You all are awesome. Let's join and sing the peace song. I'd invite our ministers and practitioners to come up on the stage with me here.